So hubby and I were in the mood to make some jerky. We picked up this 5-pack from Cabela's and we thought we'd give it a shot. I've never done a dry seasoning on jerky before, so I was really happy that it came with everything that I needed. My daughter got to pick out the one that we were going to try first, and she decided on jalapeno, so I'm going to share that with you today. In order to use the full packet of seasoning, we needed to do 4 pounds, so I used the round roast, which comes from that part of the deer, and it is a little bit frozen still, which will be really good for slicing. I gave each roast a quick rinse off and pat dry, cut it in half, and got to slicing. I tried to slice them around a 1/4 inch thick with the grain, but I think it was a little bit less than that. I used my cutting board in order to help me to get a good thin slice. I didn't have a slicer like that or my nice slicer that I have used before, so this was the method I used today. I removed off the fat and silver skin from the meat, that way it wasn't going to make the meat go rancid. I popped my bowl on the scale in order to zero it off before I added the meat, and then I added 4 pounds exactly. There was a little extra, so I took the extra out. 4 pounds of meat means you need to use 2 tablespoons or a whole packet of seasoning, along with 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons of cure. I wanted to be sure that it got mixed up really good, so I put in the cure and the seasoning in different layers, covered it with a paper towel because it didn't come with a lid, and then I gave it a shake. I coated a couple cooking sheets with saran wrap, and then I laid out my jerky and seasoned both sides, put them in a bag, and smushed everything together. It recommended to be marinated for 24 hours, but I think I ended up doing about 30 or so. Once I was ready, I laid everything out on my dehydrator trays, leaving some space in between. Then I popped everything in my dehydrator. 4 pounds of meat ended up being about 8 trays. I popped the temp up to 160 and turned it on for about 6 hours. And we got a little bit more jerky than this, but Curtis already took some. It's a little bit drier than I had wanted, but it still tasted great. So depending on how thick your slices are, how much moisture they have, how many trays you have in, all affect your dry time. So just keep checking. Hope this was helpful. Enjoy!